Okay, you waited for it. You demanded it. You insisted upon it. It's finally happening. You guessed it. That's right. Brand new street meals. Now, I'm just kidding with you. We are finally going to watch. It's happening. Revenge of the Sith. That's the first screenshot. Spoiler, Kevin.
Oh, it's made by 20th Century Fox?
Yeah. And they still own it. Nobody else. Just them.
That's it.
But anyway, we're finally going to watch Revenge of the Sith. We put it off forever. No, we didn't put it off. It wasn't our choice. We could not, right? Like, there was literally no
time to do it.
We did not have a chance to. We have not had one night to just like sit down and watch a movie, like at all. Like, we've been gone. What was it? It was like E3 and Anime Expo and Comic Con and
live shows,
RTX. Our live show. I totally forgot. Yep. Life has moved so fast. I forgot we did a sold out live show that had like sketches and improv and stuff we wrote. That's how fast this has moved. We did a whole production. And I'm going, wait, we did that? That's because Revenge of the Sith is the maximum importance. It's priority 1. So we're going to watch it now. So again, I'm asking, what do you know about
I don't know much about it. I do know that Darth Vader yells no. And I think I know why.
I'm not going to confirm that.
I think I know why. But I won't. I'll leave it at that.
Pissed. I'm not. I shouldn't have spoiled it.
But yeah, that's all I know about it.
Okay, what about you? Oh no, you already know.
Yeah, I know.
Why was I going to ask you? Anyway, that's it, huh?
Apparently, somebody couldn't fly out for the third one.
Yeah, what a dick.
He's here for the first 2.
Yeah, you notice that's where I'd be sitting if he was here. But Ryan is not here. Some people might be happy about that. Some people said, I didn't like it. You know, he's trying to interject. No, you didn't want to give us 2 cents?
We'll ask him to record a little thoughts for us and send it over.
Ryan, record your own thoughts on Revenge of the Sith. But, you know, he kept trying to interject his own, like, chiropractic commentary, you know. If only Anakin had got his cervical spine adjusted, he wouldn't be so pissy. You know, we didn't need to hear that. Yeah, he didn't need to add that. You know what I mean? Oh, if his lumbar support is off, that's why the suit, Darth Vader. Blah. You know, we didn't need to hear about that. So anyway, he's out. We're in. So we're gonna watch it now. So if you want Ryan's commentary, you're gonna have to look elsewhere for that. Hopefully, he'll post the video. All right. Anyway. Without further ado, we're going to watch this. That's all you know is somebody yells no,
and that's it. I thought might be in here ended up being in the other movies. Like Yoda fighting with a lightsaber and stuff.
Really? You thought that was in this?
I knew that Yoda fighting with a lightsaber and jumping around was in these movies. I just didn't know which one. And now that's done with, so I know it's not here.
This will be a good surprise then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, shall we get to it?
I think so.
All right, let's do it. Revenge. I'm actually excited about this. Because, now, when this movie came out, this is what I was going to say a minute ago. When this movie came out, as soon as it ended in the theater, I thought, wow, they finally made one as good as the originals. Like, finally. Wow. And then I watched it again when I got it home, and I went, oh, no, it's still a prequel. Damn. It did, you know what I mean? The hype on this one was the most exciting for me, because it had the most exciting subject matters and stuff in it. But it's still a prequel, but there's some cool shit in this movie. Like, right? Wouldn't you say? Yeah. There's some cool shit in this movie. I'm actually excited to watch this.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. So, anyway, all right. Here it is. Revenge of the Sith. You know what? I'm not even going to cut the video. Let's just let's just record.
Roll the damn thing.
Let's just upload the whole fucking thing. I don't care. You know what? Lucasfilm? Oh, shit. I got copyright claim already. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Okay. There it is. It just ended. We just turned the lights on. Impressions are fresh. The final Star Wars movie. There weren't any more after that.
That was it.
It just wrapped up. All right. So, Kevin, what did you think? Revenge of the Sith. What did you think?
I thought it was great. That's the best of the trilogy.
Really? So you liked it the most?
The prequels? Yeah, I like that one the most.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that shouldn't surprise me that much. Like, if you found the other two entertaining, there's no way you were not... there's no way you were going to go, well, that one sucked. You know?
That one was great.
Again, all Star Wars movies are great.
So you have yet to be let down by a Star Wars movie.
Never been let down by a Star Wars movie.
Wow, man.
So.
I feel like that's kind of like part of the experience. I feel like you got a little ripped off, maybe.
I've never really been hyped for a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just kind of like discovered them when you discovered them.
I watched the original trilogy like right before the Force Awakens came out.
Yeah.
Like I didn't wait long for any of this stuff.
Yeah. You weren't in suspense on any of it.
I didn't let it build.
Yeah.
Like,
how funny.
Yep.
So we were asking all along what you knew and what you didn't know. With Palpatine, you really didn't know that was coming.
Palpatine?
Yeah.
I knew he was a bad guy the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You did.
But it's kind of unclear how exactly it's going to unfold.
I don't know how it's happening.
Yeah.
You knew he was the Emperor. Like that was okay. I wasn't sure if that was if you didn't know that.
I do think that if you've never, like, if you are a kid watching these for the first time and you watch them in order, like 1 through 6, I could see that the way the Emperor stuff unfolds being kind of cool. You know what I mean? Because, like, I knew going into this, it's like, all right, Homeboy's going to be evil, blah, blah. But I feel like if I was watching it for the first time, I'd be like, what exactly is going on with this guy? It'd be a little more interesting, maybe. But anyway.
But, like, just knowing where the movies go, it's so obvious from the start.
Sure, yeah.
That's why I was asking.
But they do play it a little vague at some point. I mean, it's not like you don't know that's going to be him, but they play it in such a way that it's kind of interesting to see how it unfolds. But did you have, any other thoughts on this one?
I thought it was interesting. Even the stuff I knew where it was going, I didn't know really, like, I was still interested to see how it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. When this came out, I remember, again, it delivered on a lot of the stuff I did want to see, but I remember Derek was still like, nah, these prequels all suck. And I was like, really? And he brought up this point, and he said, we've all known, well, let me just back up and say, that last fight, the fight on Mustafar, the lava and all that shit, that was Star Wars lore forever. That was the one thing we knew. Was that, how did he become Darth Vader? That at some point, like, because I think even in some of the stuff George Lucas wrote, like novelizations that he wrote, stuff like that, there was always the lore that Obi-Wan fought him and, like, knocked him into lava or something. Like, they fought around lava. And, like, in the novelization of the original Star Wars that George Lucas wrote himself, there's like Darth Vader remembered the fire going up his back, and he thought about. So this was all stuff that we, for years, were like, oh my God, we're going to see that. So when it came out, I remember thinking, God, it's so cool. We finally saw that. And Derek was like, dude, that fight is like half an hour and you know exactly where it's going. You have to sit through half an hour of that to get there. It's like, they didn't play with your expectations at all. And I enjoyed it, but I do see what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like, there's never any playing with it like, oh, maybe it's not going to go that way. Oh, it did. It really goes straightforward. Like, but again, that's the story. So I guess what can you say?
Yeah, it never, I don't think it ever was like, oh, you always believed it this way. There's some tricky thing where the way you understood it was wrong. What they do, and what is a lot of what's fun, especially at the end of this last movie, is all of we're at the end now. It's like, I mean, there's Rogue One now, but at the time it's like, this is it. This is the ending.
Yeah, this was supposed to be
There's some butts to it.
Yeah.
With the time gap. And it's like, oh, we're going to answer little questions to make it so you understand how they gel. Like, why because Vader doesn't know about Leia, right?
No, he doesn't. Not until Return of the Jedi. I don't think.
This answers that. Like, why wouldn't he? That's in there. How do they end up separated at birth? Like, things we know are coming, but it's fun to get the answers for.
Yeah, and a couple things they left out. There's a deleted scene for this. Yeah, what the hell? This is like the company that authored the DVD.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh,
I don't want this making noise in the video. What are we doing here? Stop making the fucking
sound.
This is Pandora shit. What is this?
This is the after credit scene.
Oh, this is when Mace Windu recruits some midichlorian. Oh, it's THX. Okay. Well, anyway, but there was a deleted scene because Yoda says like we gotta like hide. We gotta like exile. There is a deleted scene. It's on. You can watch it on the DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, where Yoda takes a little ship to the swamps,
the stinky swamp
at Dagobah, and just makes home. And they thought, you know what? We didn't need to see it. You know what I mean? It's like, you get it. He goes into exile, And likewise, but we never got to see this deleted scene, he says when he talks to Obi-Wan, he goes, hey, I learned how to talk to Qui-Gon, and Qui-Gon learned some shit about immortality and being one with the Force, all that stuff. Because to me, the biggest question was in A New Hope when Obi-Wan's fighting Darth Vader, it's like, how does he know that he can just lose the fight? Like, hey, strike me down, and it doesn't matter. I'll be... I'll be more powerful than ever. I'll be, he's got that whole vibe of like, I'm immortal kind of thing. Yeah. And I was always wondering, like, how does he gain that knowledge? And that was, I think, I actually do think they played that well in this movie, where they didn't go through it point by point. They said just enough. Hey, I got to talk to Qui-Gon even though he's dead, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's all you need to know, is he learned from that, and it helped him. Obi-Wan was fucking wise later, that he was just like, nah, strike me down. I don't give a fuck, Yeah. I think that's the actual line in A New Hope.
Yeah.
He said, strike me down, I don't give a fuck. And then he just pauses for a minute and he goes, bitch. So I thought that was kind of a good line.
Yeah, that's a famous quote from Star Wars.
Lucas, classic Lucas dialogue. There was some dialogue in this movie.
Yeah.
When they're on the balcony and he's like, no, I'm so in love with you. Well, maybe I'm in love with you. No, I have more love for you. I am.
So your love has blinded you.
Yeah,
well,
that part stings.
Yeah, there's a lot of the middle of this movie is a lot of like prequel talking, and it's just like
I forgot how much like long like kind of expository scenes there were in this. Like that, I hadn't seen this in so long. There's a lot of that, and some of it I like. Emperor Palpatine, or he wasn't the Emperor at the time, but Palpatine and Anakin like chilling at the Opera House. I like that scene. Yeah. I actually think that's a good scene. Where he's telling it, when they're watching Blitzball and talking about, the stories and stuff. I like that part. I don't know. It is a prequel. It is, a little bit, it's a cartoon like the other two are, but there's some shit I do enjoy in this one, like I said. Did you expect Dooku to just go out like that?
I did not. I didn't know.
What were your Dooku expectations?
I didn't know he was going to be killed.
Yeah.
That was news to me.
It was kind of funny that they set him up as, he is the big bad kind of in this, and then he dies in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was telling them...
it's really abrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling them... I guess it's probably good they got him out of there, because I didn't really care about Count Dooku. But I was telling them they sold an action figure for this movie, and you could remove the head and hands, and I was like, I guess that's how this guy dies. They spoiled that. There was so much spoiled ahead of time for this movie, like... get ready, guys. Mace Windu is going to go against Palpatine. It was just like, why do we need to know that? Like, it's so funny how different it is now. Like, when Force Awakens was coming out, it was like under lock and key. You know what I mean? Like, they would not tell you a word of it. Yeah. And now, with this movie, they didn't care. Like, they just went off.
Yeah, look at this DVD menu.
Yeah, it's just showing you everything.
Shots of all of the Jedi.
Oh, man.
Like, getting... Look at Dooku.
Yeah, Dooku's done, dude. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, there's shots of all the Jedi during Order 66, and then Yoda gripping his heart.
Yeah, God, I wonder what happens there. It kind of bummed me out too, and tell me what you guys think, but Padme kind of had some interesting things about her, like especially in the first one, kind of in the second. I feel like this movie, people just wanted Darth Vader and like kind of like crazy bad shit to happen so much that I feel like they kind of relegated her to like, she's just there to have a baby.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She's not a character in
right?
This movie.
She's just like, but I love you. I love you so much. I'm having your baby. She didn't really feel like she really got the shit end of the stick. In this thing.
I can see that.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah, 100%. Because I don't know if I'd ever thought of it this way, but she just dies of heartbreak.
Yeah,
fucking lame.
Though I do, and it is, I agree. But I will say, I do like the aspect of he kind of does the first ever Force choke. That's such a thing that Darth Vader does. Yeah. And it is incredibly dark that the first one was on her.
Yeah.
And the fact that led to that, it was like she could not even get over that. There's some poetic aspect of that I like, but in general, I know what you mean.
I did know, that was one thing that spoiled for me. I did know she dies. And that's why, he yells no. I knew that. Yeah.
But
early on they alluded to it, so it's like, okay, I don't.
Yeah, right at the beginning you see his Force vision.
Yeah, they do Shakespeare shit. They tell you. Now the famous scene, yelling no. Darth Vader yells no.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
I didn't like it, but I think that's it. Maybe because it's ingrained in me how internet how dumb it was.
Yeah,
because people were blown away how like they were goofing on it the second it
it was out. A meme. It was a very early meme.
Yeah, so I didn't really care for it. It didn't need to happen. You don't need to no.
Yeah, it didn't need it, but I will say, unpopular. It never bothered me because it is corny and melodramatic, but that's to me what Star Wars is, and every character. I mean, when they tell Luke, it's about I'm your father, whatever. No, like that is when Qui-Gon dies. Obi-Wan does the same shit. I just felt like Star Wars is melodramatic. It didn't bother me, but
it's Vader. He needs to emote through his mask.
It was also hard, I think, for people to see him like, honestly, it was just so long that people waited to see Darth Vader that I think the hype became out of control. And so to see him finally, and he's staggering around and yelling, no, I think some people could not handle that. Yeah, like they wanted perfect Vader. And they got this, whatever. But that aspect just didn't bother me. There's a lot more in this movie that bothers me than that. But that was just me. But anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I agree. It's still best of the prequels. Whatever.
I liked it. I want to know what happens next. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of leave you on a...
Yeah, they just leave you on a... like.
This is a weird take.
Yeah.
But just like from a structure point of view, it's really weird that we don't say goodbye to Jar Jar Binks. As the audience.
Yeah, as much as, when this came out, I remember people saying, oh, he doesn't have any lines in the movie? Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah, we did it. But
it makes no sense.
In all honesty, watching it now, it is like, whoa, they really just didn't resolve that. I mean, they could have given it... Now, just in retrospect, now that it's all said and done, they could have done one thing, maybe.
Yeah, give him a moment. He was really close with Padme. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he's at the funeral at the end, but give him
one last touching moment or
give
something.
Him a scene where he visits her.
Yeah.
Or something while she's struggling. Or let us know that maybe he's one of the few people who knows she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's the one thing he doesn't bumble.
Yeah.
He can keep the secret.
Yeah.
Give him just a moment.
Yeah, I feel like that should have been the challenge. Rather than just, oh, people hate this character, fuck them.
Yeah.
They should have risen to the challenge. Give, like, the one most emotional moment in the movie to Jar Jar. Can you imagine if they did that? Yeah. Like, he has the one tearjerker moment with Padme, like, they're alone, and he just says one thing or something. Yeah. I know that seems silly, but they should have risen to the challenge rather than just going, meh.
He's got so much screen time in the first movie. Yeah. And for him to have none with no resolution, I guess he's just a senator.
Yeah.
And his life goes on, but...
Yeah. Kevin, I'm actually wondering, one last thing that I'm wondering is, how do you feel about Anakin's turn in terms of like, did it feel like it got there naturally? Did it feel a little abrupt? Did it feel, you know what I mean? Like, how did you feel about once he went into like kill mode? You know what I mean?
I feel like it didn't happen. I think it didn't happen abruptly to me. I think it happened fine. I saw the lead up and everything like that. Okay. And everything, there's always like one thing that breaks the camel's back, and that was it. Like he turned.
Okay, so you thought that was actually done pretty well. You didn't feel like that was kind of... No. I always kind of wrestled with that because I guess watching them all at once, you see it kind of gradually happen more in each whatever. But I remember when I saw this in theaters, at first, I will say I thought it's a real quick turn for him. Like, oh, maybe the Jedi are bad. And 5 minutes later, he's killing kids. And in the theater, I remember thinking like, was that kind of quick? Like, but I guess that's all stuff that was kind of brewing before. And they did set up that he killed
all those little
Sand People. Yeah, the Tusken Raiders.
I think he did do that. It is internally in this movie kind of quick, but it's such a long arc over the 3.
Yeah, maybe.
At least for me, like when it happens, you're like, wow, we sure are here now. You know? You don't have a couple of scenes of him being dark and then it goes on. But man, I mean, you're told in the first movie by Yoda that this kid is probably gonna break bad. I mean, he just warns everyone. He's worried about it. And then you see it in the second movie. And then you just see, like Kevin said, the straw that broke the camel's back. He's just so petrified of losing another woman in his life.
Yeah. Kevin is right. Sometimes that's all it takes. Someone breaks. So, okay, I see you there. All right, so now that you've seen You haven't seen other than the spin-offs, right?
Other than the spin-offs, Rogue One and Solo. I've never seen those. I've seen all the Star Wars movies.
The main line.
The main line. Star Wars movies.
So can we get the definitive Kevin ranking of
I can't.
the Star Wars movies?
I told you like the original trilogy.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what happens in each movie.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
because
you
I watched
said that
them
on camera.
back to back.
Yeah.
So I can't separate them like that.
All right.
Because
I
they were
respect
so so I can't really rank like New Hope and like Return of the Jedi and all that stuff because I watched them all. They were all one movie to me. Like I watched them all together.
No, you should have just tried.
So my favorite one, The Last Jedi. That was number one.
Oh my god!
Oh
right,
no!
You know what?
No!
I rescind my invitation to the answer.
It's not a bad movie. I like it.
What about you? What do you think? How do you rank them?
Oh, it's hard with
I just
the
added
new.
another hour to this.
Oh no!
Hey, if you would put you could have put a bow on it.
I
You
just
could've-
made a joke, and I just sorry, audience.
No.
Audience.
I just want to know how he
I'm
ranks
thinking
the
if
Star
I
Wars
could do
movies.
it quickly. So if I go from like worst to best, I would probably. I mean, I haven't thought about it much, but some order of worst would probably be episode 2. But I like the prequels well enough, right?
Yeah.
It would probably be.
What did you say about that? Did you like 2 more than 1, or do you like 1 more than 2?
I like 2 more than 1.
You did. Okay.
I like these ones, each one better.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember what you said about that. Okay.
Yeah, mine would probably from worst to best 2, 1, 3. Oh, geez. 6. No. Then comes Last Jedi and Last Jedi, Force Awakens. Then, Jesus.
Too many.
6, 4, 5.
So you like Empire the most?
Yes.
That's where you stand.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's
A
solid.
little.
That might-
Yeah, I know that's a lot of people's favorite, but yeah, that's my favorite.
That might be my ranking. You know, I'm gonna say going from worst to best. I think I'm gonna put Clones lowest.
Okay.
I actually think I like that less than episode 1 is so unabashedly its own thing, even though it's not maybe great. It's so bizarre. I got to rank it higher. So I'm putting 2 at the bottom, 1, 3, 8, 7, and then I'm going to go 4, 5, 6. I like Return of the Jedi the most. I'm sorry. I think Empire is like objectively better. But my favorite is Return of the Jedi. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about my favorite. I'm not talking about...
Ewoks in the fight at
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
I like Jedi.
Okay.
I like Jedi the most.
The Ewoks and the fight at the end.
Okay. You knew that. Why you're...
You know that Star Wars movie with the fight at the end?
Did you feel like... Bringing that up, sorry, I know I keep thinking of stuff, but did you feel... I will say, watching this now... I almost kind of feel like there's too much lightsaber shit in this movie. Like I was thirsty for that when it came out. Like, ooh, a lot of lightsaber fights. Did you feel that way, or is that just me?
There's a lot of lightsaber stuff in it, but I like lightsaber stuff. I love
Yeah,
lightsaber
I mean,
stuff.
don't get me wrong, I liked it, but I actually think this one, especially in the beginning and stuff, everyone on their, I just feel like maybe they should have saved it kind of for that last
It has
battle.
like everybody's lightsaber.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah, that's a great point. Speaking of a lot of lightsabers.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like chill a little bit.
This is a lot, like a bit extended lore stuff, but there's all different Jedi who are different in different, they manifest the Force in different ways. They're good. And you see that with how the Emperor uses the lightning.
Yeah.
But the Jedi use like the Force push.
Yeah.
So watching Yoda and Palpatine fight in the Senate, that's pretty cool.
I like that sequence. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I like the symbolism of the whole thing.
I
like,
was thinking
them,
they're like destroying the Senate.
Yeah.
Together,
Just
yeah.
using their own little Senate things to do their own bad deeds and all that stuff. I don't know. I always dug that. Thought that was a cool visual cue.
Yeah.
And then you see like the greatest evil versus the greatest good. I was a fan of that. I liked it. I might even like that part more than Obi-Wan versus Vader, but I don't know if that's controversial or not. But anyway, yeah.
So what's next? What do I need to watch?
What do we get? Hey,
Rogue
so
One.
here's what I'm thinking. You got to see Rogue One. Rogue One.
I gotta see. It's on
See,
Netflix.
I like it. A lot of people don't, but I like it.
I'll
Yeah.
watch Rogue One. Solo's on Netflix too.
Yeah, Solo. I also enjoy. I've enjoyed all the ones Disney has done, but to me, they're all kind of like bonus content. Like I'm not watching them like this. This better be the best. I'm digging them. But Solo, I had fun. but I still go like, why did they make this kind of thing? You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. But we'll see. Now, here's what I think we should do next. I'm ready to continue the saga. Watch what's 4, 5, and 6. What's going to happen? Who knows? Meg told me she had never. She doesn't know anything about these.
Single one.
She hasn't seen a single one. So I think that should be the next one. Is we get her to watch all of them. What a nightmare we would subject her to.
Yeah.
And just, oh, Meg, what'd you think about that? Huh? But I'm thinking that's the next part. Meg has never seen any Star Wars movie at all. And she watches it, and we all just watch her. Like, what'd you think? What'd you think?
Yeah.
What do you think of that part?
A video that runs the whole length of the movie.
No,
yeah,
and it'll be us.
It's not even gonna be how is that part. We're gonna be like, hey, check this out.
Hey, Meg, check
this part out.
Good scene. Good scene.
Sick.
We're gonna sound like the Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall commentary.
Scene.
Oh, Meg, this is a great scene. Yeah, you're gonna like this part. Oh, it's a great scene.
A scenario someone like Meg would hate more than us doing that to her. She would just absolutely hate it.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. We'll ask her, and it'll either the next upload will be that, or it'll be something else. I guess no other way to look at it, really. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Kevin, for letting us share this.
Showing these to me. I'm stoked for watching the new one.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The prequels are a positive experience. Then. Wow. Okay. Some people are gonna have beef with Kevin. Some people are gonna say high five. No matter what, it was fun.
Yep.
So thank you. And Ryan, whatever you thought, share that. And we're not gonna watch it. All right. Thank you. Take care. I don't know what to end it on.
I don't know either. What the fuck? We didn't plan on this.
Just don't end it.
Just don't end it. It'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Shit. I had no plan.
Fuck.
Fuck.
I don't really have
Wait.
It's a little embarrassing.
Is this? Oh, not on.
Wait. Where's the fucking thing?
You turn these both. They should be on already.